Here's 10 things I wish I knew before becoming a freelance illustrator. In this video I will go over some practical lessons about clients, pricing and productivity that I've learned during my first year as a freelance artist. Starting a freelance art business is exciting, but nobody really hands you a guide. I started mine a year ago, and during that time I've made some mistakes, wasted time and learned better ways to work with clients, and slowly I've built my business, mainly illustrating album covers for different metal bands. So without further ado, here are 10 lessons that would have helped me if I'd known them from the beginning, and hopefully they'll help you as well. Number 1. Most work comes from returning clients. I know prospecting for clients might be a good way to get work, but I've not had much success with it so far. It's easy to spend a lot of time researching potential clients that you'll never hear from at all. The fact is, almost all of my clients are returning clients or referrals, and most of my clients are people I've met in real life. But I'll keep prospecting a little bit anyway, because I just need a bigger client list. It might pay off in the long run, but it's not the lifeblood of my business. And in the meantime, at least my current clients are keeping me part-time busy. Takeaway: treat every client like they're going to hire you again, because then they actually might. And ask for referrals, and don't rely too much on prospecting. Number 2. Adapt your offers. One of the main lessons for me from the book The Wolf of Wall Street was to practice adapting my offers to the client's budgets and needs, so as to not lose out on potential business just because my main offer isn't exactly what the client is looking for. For example, if I usually offer a €500 full color album artwork illustration, I could just as easily offer a black and white graphic design suitable for a t-shirt print for €300, which could be exactly right for the client and project. It's all about learning how to communicate and find a project scope that works for both parties. Takeaway here: don't lose out on projects because you're focused on only offering one thing. Instead, try your best to adapt the offer to the client's needs. Number 3. Know your hourly rate. Not all projects are created equal. It's super important to track how much time you spend on different projects and how much you earn per hour. From this information, you'll be better equipped to choose projects and to price them better. I just use a Google Sheet to track the projects for now. Takeaway here: try to keep track of how much time you spend on each project. Not to finish it quicker, but to know how much time it takes for you to deliver quality work. Because you always want to deliver the best you can, no matter what the project budget is. Number 4. Deadlines create urgency. I procrastinate a lot when I don't feel like I have a hard deadline. Because of that, I started enforcing harder deadlines for myself, regardless of the client deadline. While the artwork might become slightly better when having more time to work on it, the downsides of procrastination far outweighs the benefits of having more time. I do have time allocated to work on my projects each week, more than 16 hours, but I often end up not using it optimally, often as a direct result of having too soft deadlines. With harder deadlines on both client projects and my own work, I'm forced to use the time allocated in a more efficient manner. Takeaway here: easily distracted, use harder deadlines. Easier said than done, but yeah. Number 5. Don't neglect your personal projects. While I love bringing my clients' ideas and visions to life, I think it's super important to try to make time for your own projects as well. Just making paintings or artworks for yourself are a bit less stressful and might still earn you some money on the side of the regular commission work. And it might be a good idea to create some projects that can pay more passively in the long run, like art books, prints and such, but that's more viable if you have a bigger audience already. Takeaway here: don't use up all your creativity on client work. Create for yourself too, if possible, if you have time. Number 6. Lean into what it is that you love. This was a great eye-opener for me from the illustration business teacher Victor Buren, whose course I took last summer. Rather than trying to become good at all aspects of illustration, focus in on a specific style or genre that you really enjoy doing already, and use that as a lens to find clients who might have use for that kind of work. Unless you're doing murals or like heavy physical in location-based work, then you can pretty much find clients from all over the world who is looking for exactly the kind of work that you do. Takeaway here, don't try to become good at everything, become the one of a kind of illustrator of your own style. Number 7, and this might be the most important tip of all 10 tips, thumbnail more. The single most important tool to make good designs and not waste time during the creative process is good thumbnailing. While there will always be changes, like it's usually never a straight progression from sketch to a finished render, designing the image thoroughly while in the thumbnail stage saves so much time. And this is something I've been focusing on recently, in part as a result from project time tracking. It's better to spend a couple of hours sketching to really figure out the design than figure it out as you go and having to change the design back and forth. Takeaway here, design the artwork first, then make it. Number 8, never stop studying. An important part of every illustrator's journey is not to just work away at project after project, but also to make time to analyze and reflect on your own work and look for ways to improve. I do it almost all the time, often when comparing my art to other great illustrators and artists, and trying to specify exactly what and how to improve. It's obviously hard to both study art and illustration while working and delivering on projects at the same time, and probably everything else you have in your life, like part-time work or full-time work, other obligations. But I think it's something you can do little by little and specifically focus on things that you'll use in your current project. Takeaway here, don't just do the work, reflect on why it turned out the way it did and where you can improve for the next project. Tip number 9, build a distinct style. There's a concept called the one thing from a book with the same title, which basically means to focus your work on the one thing that would make all other tasks more or less irrelevant. In my case, that would be to work towards a signature style that is distinctively me, which hopefully leads to getting work because of my distinct style, not because I can emulate classic death metal styles similar to other artists. The one thing might be different for you, so it's good to think it through, and I highly recommend reading the book called The One Thing if you want to learn more about this concept. Takeaway here, find your the one thing and keep it in mind always, basically. And last but not least, tip number 10, enjoy the journey. Sometimes it's good to slow down a bit and realize that it's awesome to get paid to draw and paint. Doing horror and dark fantasy art full time is my dream, and I feel so thankful and fortunate that people want to hire me for my art. It's easy to start taking it for granted, but developing your skills, building an audience and clientele, and making it as a freelance illustrator or as a creative in any discipline of your choosing is well worth making your life's work, I think. There's so many skills I'm learning while on this journey besides just drawing well when building an art business. So when I'm only painting, I try to really appreciate it, put on some good music and get immersed in the painting I'm working on. Takeaway, appreciate how fortunate you are to spend your time making art. So there you have it, all the 10 tips I had for today. 1 year in, I still have so much to learn, but I hope these lessons are of use to you as they would have been to me 1 year ago. And if you're building your own creative career, I'd love to hear what lessons you've learned so far. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming out. Stay metal. Yeah.